What's up, Wednesday Night Bible Study? This is Bobby Dalton. I'm going to be sharing at the retreat coming up from November 8th through the 10th. And Scott just asked me to share a little bit about, kind of in brief, what I'm going to be talking about this retreat. Namely, the love of God. I want to reclaim what life with God was really meant to be about, and that is the love of God. We're going to be exploring it and exploring it and exploring it. And you might be thinking, man, the love of God, I've heard about the love of God. And my argument is that the love of God is the one thing in the universe that can constantly be explored, and we can continue to find new discoveries about it. It's beautiful. It's unending. When I go back to my hometown in Coos Bay, there's been a couple times where I'd be driving in my car with my wife, and I'd see a restaurant. I'm like, hey, Coos Bay got a new restaurant. It's popping now. You know, we're getting some new businesses. And for my wife to tell me that that restaurant has been there before I was born. And so my point is that no matter how familiar I am with my hometown, no matter how familiar I am and grew up there, that every time I go back I discover something new. And that's my argument with the love of God, is that the love of God, every time that we come back to it, we discover something new about it. And that's what we're going to be exploring. We're going to be reclaiming what life with God was meant to really be about. And Paul says it beautiful. He says in Ephesians chapter 5, he says, watch what God does and do that, like children who learn proper behavior from their parents. Mostly what God does is love you, keep company with Him, and learn a life of love. Observe how Christ has loved us. His love was not cautious, it was extravagant. He did not love in order to gain something, but to give everything of Himself to us. Love like this. That is what we're going to be talking about this retreat, is how can we reclaim life with God. What it was really meant to be about is embracing a lifestyle of love like God does with us. Thank you. Everything that's been passed down to you by the educational system and the political system, let's burn it. The religious system, let's burn it. I'm sorry, I can't say that. Because I want you to find out what lasts. Because what lasts is what truly matters. And my hope is that, love of God. I've heard about the love of God. I've thought about the love of God already. Okay, I like my old video better.